Hey, dude, what's up? Well, I've been kind of distracted lately. I've been getting ready for my trip out west. I'm really, really excited. Just had all kinds of stuff to do for it. I don't know, just the finest details of things I need to collect to bring, things I need to make, or I want to make, you know, not necessities, but some things that I'd like to do to the bike or whatever before I go. And, you know, trying to figure out where I want to go and where I want to stay and stuff like that. And some of it, I want to at least have a backup, because, like, you know, I want to have some outline of a plan of where I'm going to go and where I'm going to stay, because I've done a road trip about the same length before, going to Colorado. That was years ago in my truck. And one thing I really found out was, without having a plan of where I'm going to stay, it adds a lot of stress to the end of each day, you know, trying to figure out where I'm going to stay. I mean, if you're going to spend $70 a night, just get a hotel, it's easy. But, you know, if you're trying to stay, if I'm trying to spend less than that, it's hard to find a place easily, you know, that will satisfy a budget. So when I was in Colorado, I was looking at my goal was to camp everywhere, like every night. I did that. Well, I stayed at a KOA one night, which was the furthest thing from camping I did. All the other nights I was able to either camp or just slept in my truck, which is actually extremely easy. So as a last resort, that's a good thing to do. But on a motorcycle, obviously, you can't do that. Although I don't know, maybe you could. But for now, I'm not gonna try to sleep on my motorcycle. That's a little bit, I don't know, not very substantial. It is very comfortable though. If you put a pillow right here, I can lay back on it, and where my head's right here, and it's actually very comfortable. My back is on the tank, and I got the seat under me and stuff. It's really quite comfortable. Although I'm pretty sure I'd roll off and probably like knock the motorcycle over and it'd fall on top of me, and, you know, that wouldn't be good. So I'm going to try to camp about 2/3 of the time, and I'm going to get cheap little hotels and like. And I'm also determined not to stay at any chain hotels either, or eat at any chain food places. I want to do, this trip will be completely mom and pop. I want to try to eat at, you know, locally known places and stay at little strip hotels, because really, if you're like looking for the cheapest in terms of lodging, you know, for hotels, you know, for around the $30-ish range, you can get a little strip motel, or you can get a really, really cheap chain motel. And from what I've heard, that there is probably a little bit more consistency with the chain motels, but the quality actually is lower than a strip, just a mom and pop place. A lot of times, not always true, but a lot of times, because a lot of their business comes from their name. A lot of the business they get doesn't have to be associated with actually the quality of the rooms at a chain motel, because, you know, people pull in there because it's a Motel 6, not because, well, I read good reviews. They just think, oh, it's a Motel 6. At least I've been to other Motel 6s. It can't be that much worse. And so there's that peace of mind that generates business for them based on their name. a mom and pop place doesn't have that advantage, and so in order to stay competitive, they actually have to have decent reviews. So yeah, in that way, I believe that they're going to give me a better bang for my buck. And we'll see. Heck, I spent a month in Nepal. In Nepal, I slept on beds that the sheets probably get changed about once every few months. Everyone on that trip got their stomach torn up at some point, just from eating different things. It was pretty fun. I might have a picture of the place I stayed in Nepal. It's called the Norwegian in Kathmandu, and then we also stayed in Pokhara. We stayed at the Hotel Trekkers Inn, which was actually a unbelievable. I mean, I'm serious. The cleanliness and service and just spotlessness of this hotel was easily better than your average like $70 hotel here. $70, $80, you know, just your average like Sleep Inn or Hampton Inn or whatever. I mean, it was awesome, and it was the equivalent of about $14 US per night. It was amazing. And then, like, you know, here you try to get a hotel at the beach, you know, it's outrageous. It's really expensive. This was in May at one of the most you know, touristy places in Nepal, Pokhara, and yeah, $14 a night. Of course, it was a group, but I mean, still, that's amazing. And it was so beautiful. Oh my gosh, I'll show some more pictures. Pokhara is amazing. There's a lake right nearby. A lot of these pictures, I'll show a picture of taken from the roof, looking out at the lake. And we had down at the lake, there's all these like wooden boats that you can rent for, I don't know, like 150 rupees, which is about $2. And you can take them out and just paddle around on the lake and go across. And on the other side, there's this mountain and a trail that runs up the mountain. It was only like a 1,000 foot high mountain, roughly.
I think it's a bear. Hello, cow.
And there's a big stupa on top. We went up there and saw this really cool flower. It was neat.
Flowers have 3 layers like that, but they're red and pink, but they're not nearly spectacular. That's like something fake.